that life should be a bed of roses, and problems were genuine to withstand. Hardship was a fact of life to thumb your nose at. It always seemed to get the upper hand. But if problems never fell in my direction, would I motivate myself toward something new?
Greetings, this is Nan Gill Wilson from Empowering Women Everywhere, and today our guest is Elise Pittleman. She's a multifaceted artist who was educated at Cooper Union, and she received her full scholarship there for studying fine arts, and she now lives in Woodstock, and she's here to tell us about her passion for art and where it's led her. Hi, Louise.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. So you're a multifaceted artist.
Yes.
And you began your work actually in jewelry.
Well, I was an artist, ever since I was a very young girl, and then I always had this fascination with glitter and things that sparkled, and I guess the law of attraction
Jewelry.
I found my way into the world of jewelry, and I had a jewelry business with my husband for almost 30 years called Pittleman. We made antique reproduction jewelry, and if you go on eBay now, you can still see.
Yeah, I went on eBay before, and I saw some of your pieces.
Yeah, and some of them are bringing quite a nice price after being sold again and again and again, and
right.
Sometimes people would say they're antiques, but they're not.
No, and you made them.
Yes.
And it's called
Piddly Links.
Piddly Links.
Somehow came out of my last name, which is Pittleman.
Uh-huh.
My husband thinks he made it up, and I think I made it up, so somehow we did it together, as we've done everything together.
So you've done jewelry, and what are some of the other mediums that you've worked
painting and drawing, in art school, calligraphy. After we got out of the jewelry business, I'm also a singer-songwriter, so I spent a number of years engaged in writing my songs and trying to, get the songs covered. And then I was doing birdhouses, called bird palaces, that looked very much like the work that I'm doing now. And then I got back into painting.
Uh-huh.
And then I did chocolate for about 5 years.
Okay.
I am very conscious about what I eat. So I don't eat sugar. I stopped eating sugar, I guess, about 8 or 9 years ago. And I realized that the only sweet thing that I ever really wanted was chocolate. And so it was about the time that agave was coming into the news, which is it's absorbed into...
It's made out of the cactus,
It's
right?
made out of, it's from the agave plant. And
right.
It's low on the glycemic index, so it's absorbed into the body very differently than sugar. It doesn't make your blood sugar level rise. So I said, and I started this little chocolate business. It was called Eat More Chocolate. Chocolate Revolution.
Right.
And for about 5 years, I took my chocolate at the Kingston Farmers Market.
Okay.
And I don't do that anymore, but I still make chocolate, just for,
But you don't sell it.
I don't sell it, no. Yeah. It got to a point where I wasn't making much money at it anyway, so. Because it's raw chocolate that I was using.
Right.
Which is one of the healthiest things that you can eat.
Right.
People don't know that, but it's raw chocolate, which is not the same as most chocolate.
As the process.
Raw chocolate is never heated above 120 degrees, so it maintains all of its goodness, and it has more antioxidants than any food on the planet, and it's just a food that you should eat every day.
And you can get it at the health food store.
You can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that and coconut oil and cashew butter and Now I'm into, not agave, I'm into coconut palm nectar, which is even better sweetener. So,
Okay.
so anyway, so that's my chocolate.
Right. What do you think about maple syrup?
Maple syrup is a wonderful natural sweetener.
Right.
The thing for me is I'm interested in how is it absorbed into the body, and
Right.
and maple syrup still raises your blood sugar
Okay.
when you take it. Same thing as honey. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them, but it depends on what what your needs are in
Right.
terms of what you want to put into your body.
And you've been doing the coconut palm.
Coconut palm nectar is a really good sweetener. It comes from the coconut palm. Everything that seems to come from the coconut palm tree is just really good for us.
Right. Well,
So-
I guess people that live in Hawaii eat a lot of coconut palm.
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's very, very good.
it's good stuff. Yeah.
And they have also the honey from the volcano flowers. I don't know if you know about that.
No.
There's special honey in Hawaii that comes from the flowers that just first bloom
Yeah.
after the volcano ash goes through.
Okay.
That's supposed to be good for you also.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of good stuff growing and all around in this earth, this beautiful earth that we live in. My gardens were going to be on the Woodstock garden tour, and so I wanted to get some more decorations.
So you do gardens for other people as well.
I did. I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
Because as I'm getting older, my body can't do all that work, so I save my energy for my own gardens.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And you're right in Woodstock.
Yep.
Okay. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, how would they?
They can, go to my website,
Okay. Which is?
www.elisepittleman.com,
Okay.
and find me there. My email is there, and send me an email. And
Cool. All right. So what are you doing now? What are you working on now?
I'm working on these crystal assemblages that I call, like my love for sparkle and glitter
Right.
is ever present.
Right.
So this one is called Sunrise, and it's done from quartz crystals and
That's beautiful.
driftwood. Swarovski crystals. Swarovski, makes these beautiful crystals
Beautiful,
for the
yeah.
jewelry industry. And there are shells that I collected from Martha's Vineyard, and I just put them together in these assemblages that make me very happy. Because I live there. I
Right.
live in there. And then when you hold it like this,
Right.
and you look at it sort of from the side,
Right.
it's like you could imagine what it might be like to live in there.
She's moving out.
Like I've
moving in.
already moved out.
She's moving in there.
I'm just a figment here. And so, and then this one,
Will these hang on the wall?
they hang on the
too?
wall, yeah. I call them wall jewelry. This one is called amethism.
Amethism. Yes.
Amethism. It's made with amethyst, and when I thought of that name, amethism,
Right.
it sounded to me like, well, it was an ism, like as a religion,
Right.
So, and then I said to myself, well, I guess I'm an amethyst.
Because you enjoy amethism.
Amethism, yeah.
You study amethism.
I study amethism, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, and again, this one's not so three-dimensional, but, you can see that,
It looks like almost like an island.
yeah, the amethism island. That's where the amethysts go. And then this little one, is called Druzy Time, because these here are called druzy. That's a kind of a quartz that
Right.
deposits itself on different rocks. And I had these, I have this huge collection of stuff from my jewelry days. And so I had these little old watch faces, and Druzy Time.
Druzy time.
Druzy Time, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so those are three of them. I had a show recently in Kingston,
Okay.
at a wonderful gallery called Art Bar in Kingston, and it was a very successful show. I'm still doing a little bit of jewelry. It's like what I'm
Uh-huh.
wearing
Well, that's pretty,
here.
yeah.
So, I'm a happy girl when I'm, like, playing with my crystals and my rhinestones and
You
things.
do paintings also.
I do, yes. I've been to Jamaica. My husband and I have gone to Jamaica many, many times. I love Jamaica. And so I had this series of paintings of Jamaica, images of Jamaica.
Right.
And you can see it on my website for anybody who's interested. I've had numerous shows with those. I've sold a lot of my work in Jamaica and up here. And, the Jamaican people are just so colorful. And it started with, in Jamaica, you've heard of jerk chicken.
Yes.
Right? Well, in the grill where we go to, jerk chicken is sold on the road in these rigs that the Jamaicans make out of scrap wood, and each one has a name to it. And I was really fascinated with the folk artiness of the rigs themselves, and I started taking photographs of them and then started painting them. So a lot of the images from Jamaica are of the jerk chicken vendors. Okay. And I would, taste the chicken, we'd take pictures, and, we'd have the interaction with the Jamaicans. And the Jamaicans are just, they're like, hearts are open and they're great. So I've, done a lot of portraits. And then there's another body of work, which is also on my website, called Family Album, which is a series of black and white photographs from old family photographs. And the thing about the old photographs is that we all have these photographs.
Right.
I had a number of shows with these pieces, and each time that, people will come to see them and they go, "That's my uncle."
My goodness.
It's like, because it's, even though it's really personal, it's such a universal thing.
So these are photographs,
They're paintings from photographs.
Oh, okay.
Paintings inspired by the old photographs that, when I was little, you'd get these photographs.
Right.
Some
of them were like 4x4, I think.
Yeah, and they were in a book, and they had that the squiggle thing around the scalloped edge, so I would include that, and it's fun.
Okay.
It's fun. And I did a number of paintings of my father, who passed when I was 4 years old. So I didn't really have a lot of experience of him.
Right.
I just had these photographs. And when I was painting him, it was so extraordinary. It's like somehow his spirit would come through in the paintings. And I never anticipated that I would actually be painting a relationship with my father.
Oh, my.
It was extraordinary.
Yeah.
And then I remember, like, the day before I had to set up my show, the first one, and I had my paintings set up around the room, and I, said, well, there's my mother and my uncle, and it was like, I started to cry. It was like, it was just, so moving.
There.
It was so moving that, like, here was my family.
Right.
Who I had like, escaped from all family, everything to do with family when I was pretty young, fighting and squabbles. And so here I was creating my own experience of family the way I remembered it and wanted to remember it.
The way you wanted to remember it, right?
Yeah.
So when did you start painting? How old were you?
Oh, God. In kindergarten. I remember when I went to kindergarten, and they had these easels with the tempera paint, and they started each kid with one color. You could have one color. And I remember all the kids would paint this, it was newsprint, and they would just paint the one color on the whole, it was complete solid color, right? And I remember when I got my color, I did something like, like this, and the teacher was like, "That's what we want to see," And then they gave me more colors, So
Then you
They
graduated.
gave me more colors here. And so I just remember in the back of the room in every class, where the easels were set up, and, there would be something on television, and the teacher would say, draw, or paint, or crayons, and, I was just right in my element when if you would give me some kind of implement to express myself.
So what would you say to someone if they were interested in starting to do some work or some things as far as getting started? What?
Start.
Just start.
Start and be prepared to make bad art. It's like I think everybody innately is an artist in some way, and finding the place to express that is a road that you must travel, and in order to get on that road, sometimes you have to make things that you don't like.
Right.
And then, a lot of people stop because of their judgment of that, and they say, well, I can't draw a straight line. You don't need to draw a straight line.
Right.
It's like, a lot of people don't want to go through the discomfort of, creating things that they don't like.
Right.
Yeah, and being judged, and so.
But your suggestion is just do it.
Just do it. If you want to do it, just do it.
It's for you anyway.
Right.
So take some time and get some materials.
And do it.
If you like glitter, they have a lot of glitter.
Yeah.
A lot of different colors now.
Yeah. Yeah. I even put, in my gardens, I have glitter and rhinestones in my gardens. Which is, I take these, it's not as...
You're going to have to send me some pictures of your garden.
Okay, I will.
Okay? Do you have any in the summer when they're in bloom?
Oh, yeah, I have pictures.
You'll have to send pictures so we can see.
So they, it kind of looks like my favorite way to garden is these little miniature vignettes of, like low-lying plants and succulents that make texture and rocks. And then, so it's very much, like this.
Like a piece of art.
Like this, and then if this was in my garden, then say I would plant something over here.
Right.
That would, would flower, and go into the crystals, and So, one of the things that I tell people is that I come from the Cover Every Inch School of Design.
Okay. Cover every inch.
Cover every inch,
okay.
Yeah. People say less is more. More is more for me. And, so if there's a space, I want to cover it. That's my philosophy.
Okay, what I wanted to ask you is if you had any shows upcoming.
There's going to be one, I think, at the end of April as a fundraiser for an organization called Rainbird, if I get that right, which is an organization started by a friend of mine to end child abuse.
Okay.
On the planet.
And it's going to be...
It's going to be at Art Bar. I'm not sure the date, and so, but I know that's the only thing that I have on my schedule right now.
Right, and it's going to, and Art Bar is in Kingston?
In Kingston, yes. On Broadway in Midtown Kingston.
Right.
Yeah. Nice, beautiful gallery.
And you're going to have some of your work exhibited there, so everyone should come out and support Rainbird, it's called?
Rainbird, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get you that website as well.
Yes.
So that they can see that. And they can check out your website as well.
Yes.
Which is?
www.elisepittleman.com.
Okay. Now, you are working with Landmark, from
yes.
what I understand. You want
Landmark
to tell us a little
Education.
bit about that?
Yes, the Landmark Education puts on the Landmark Forum, which evolved out of the original S training created by Werner Erhard. I did that work in 1976 and participated over the last, I don't do the math how many years that is, is that 40 years? Is that 30? Yeah, it's 40 years. Still, it's so ingrained in me that I don't know where I would be in my life without this work. This work is beautiful. It distinguishes what it is to be a human being. Mm-hmm. We all have, as human beings, it's like the machinery part, the human part of us.
Right.
We all have certain machinery that's common to everybody, and in the forum, they distinguish what that is. For instance, they talk about something called "you're already always listening," which is the filter with which you see the world.
Right.
But the thing about it is that you don't know that you have a filter. Most of us walk around seeing things, perceiving things in a certain way, and we think that's the way it is.
Right.
We don't have no idea that we're seeing things, or we're seeing people, and we're making judgments about people through a particular filter.
Right.
And it's like when you don't know that you have a filter, those things seem fixed and set as the way they are. In the forum, it's kind of like if you had a hand in front of your face your whole life.
Right.
And you were seeing, like this is the way you lived, and you had a good life. You had no idea there was a hand in front of your face. And then in the forum, it's like somehow you become aware there's a hand in front of your face.
Right.
And it's still there. But what happens is that
you're able to
it doesn't block your vision anymore.
Right.
So it's there. At any time you can put it back on your face. But it gives you access to perceiving the world in ways that you never thought possible. And especially people. It's amazing because sometimes you will perceive, you may have a bad interaction with somebody.
Right.
And you think it's their fault.
Uh-huh.
They did something and that was it. When you expand your perception and you're able to see it from a place of your own responsibility, people show up in the most amazing ways.
Right.
And it's still amazing to me how that happens, but it's like, and it's never about the person out there. It's always about you and how you're perceiving them.
Right. So you can actually change your perception.
Yes.
Of different people and different events and actually open up a new way of perceiving
Yes.
who you are
Yes.
in relationship to that.
Yes. And when that happens, like anything becomes possible. The journey is about accessing cellular memory.
Okay.
What is cellular memory? And how it goes is that when a powerful emotion is not fully expressed, it gets stuffed in the body.
Right.
And we've all had the experience of stuffing emotions. Like
Right.
somebody does something and you get really mad.
Right. You move back.
And, you get mad and they say, oh, don't be mad. Or when you're a little kid and you're crying and your mommy gives you a lollipop because she doesn't want you to be sad.
Right.
And so
or
the
she
message...
tells you, go up to your room and
Yeah.
don't cry here.
Yeah, don't be however you are.
Right.
Unless it's happy, right? So we get
Right.
this message. And so what happens is that we swallow that. And so when we do that, things happen in the body, in our cells. In a normal, if everything's going well in the body, in about 1 year's time, all of the cells are replicated. So it's like we're new
Right.
every...
They said every 3 years.
Well, it's some people say different periods of time. I was taught in the journey a little bit over a year. And so, and each organ takes a different amount of time. Like I think the liver is 6 weeks. The eyes are very quick. So like when people have eye surgery, it's like 2 days and it's completely
clears up,
healed.
yeah.
This, each part of the body takes a certain period of time. So when the emotions get stuck in the cells,
Right.
they don't replicate properly.
Oh my.
And that can start the dis-ease process.
Right.
And so what the journey work does, it's a very simple process that allows you to access the cellular memory. It was created by a woman named Brandon Bays, who had a fibroid tumor the size of a basketball. This is her story, the way it was created. And she looked like she was 8 months pregnant. And she was a health nut, a therapist. And so when she got the news that, she
Right.
found out what was going on, she was devastated, went to the doctor, and the doctor said, it's got to come out. She said, give me a month, or give me 2 months, or whatever it was. Doctor said, well, okay. And she set out on this program of massages every day, raw fruits and vegetables, and this whole thing to see if she could,
Right.
get
Get rid of
rid of it. 3 weeks in, nothing changed. She was on the massage table, and she just was, in despair
Right.
that nothing had happened.
Right.
And she got down on her hands and knees and prayed for guidance. And the guidance that she got led her to a traumatic childhood experience that she had visited many, many times in therapy, but the guidance told her there was something missing.
Uh-huh.
What was missing, as she found out, was forgiveness.
Oh, yeah.
So she went back into the experience and she forgave who needed to be forgiven, and then 3 weeks,
Her
the tumor
tumor
was gone.
Wow.
So
That's crazy.
It
How
is
do you
crazy.
find out about this? Is there a website?
there is a website. Yeah, a friend of mine had given me the
TheJourney.com?
book. There's a book called The Journey. Yeah, she'd given me the book, and I've had digestive issues for years. So I was like, I'm there. And what happened for me when I did the initial workshop was I was so blown away by the possibility that I saw in this
Right.
work, that if we're new every year, that means like we could live forever.
Yeah.
And I love like limitless possibility. So
Hey, I'll take it as long as I'm healthy.
so what I did was I enrolled in the practitioners program. I was not planning to do this in my life. It was a year-long program, many, many different workshops, and I had to do case studies and get myself grounded in the journey process.
Right.
And I have, since that was in 2007, I have unearthed, I like to call it now cellular spilkis. I don't know if you know what the word spilkis is. It's a wonderful Yiddish word for what it sounds like. It's like troubles or agita, spilkis, yeah. So cellular spilkis. It's like that which, and we're mostly unconscious of it.
Right.
And it shows up in our body. We spoke about the blind spot that they
Right.
talk about in the forum.
Right.
Well, all of this, these memories are completely unconscious and in our blind spot. I unearthed memories that, and it was like, that memory? It was like some benign memory, but it had like registered something very powerful in
Yeah.
me, and when I was able to access it and release it, I just experienced.
How do you go back to those memories?
That's what the process allows you to do.
Okay.
And you're guided by a practitioner,
Okay.
me.
And you're a practitioner.
I am
in
a
that.
practitioner of that. It's a beautiful work that, for the since 2007, it's almost 10 years that it's just opened me up. My heart is, I'm like not guarded like I used to be.
Yeah.
My heart is open. I feel when, it's like when sadness, sometimes life is unbearably sad.
Right.
There's no escaping that. And when you can really feel that,
And let it go.
and you just move through it. It doesn't
Yeah.
get stuck,
Yeah.
So
It's much healthier.
yeah, so The Journey, www.thejourney.com.
Okay.
Check it out. And
Check it
there's a
out.
book also called The Journey by Brandon Bays.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking with you. I've learned a lot, and I'm sure our guests have, our audience has learned a lot. And thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
I have dreamed a dream of harmony more than once or twice. When I close my eyes, I visualize a paradise. And I know I'm just a dreamer with an idealistic heart. But wouldn't crazy dreams like these be somewhere we could start to reconcile our differences and to smoke a pipe of peace? Let our hands be clasping olive branches